we got a game here. User submitted by Mikey McBasketball. He's going to be the Treant in this game. He just kind of wanted to see what he was doing well, what he was doing incorrectly. Hopefully we can find things that he can improve on. Let's just kind of chase him around the map, so to speak. So his itemization is fine. Obviously he's position 5 here. He's kind of given some wards, or tangos, excuse me, to the mid lane. Let's go into the last hits here. So we're going to be, I think the first 10-15 minutes, I think it's best if we kind of just look at the player's positioning, right? What is this camera on? So this is actually what he's looking at right now. I think he's just kind of AFK at this point, just getting to the lane. Obviously you have a little bit of time before the runes do spawn. Going into it, it looks like a clock silencer off lane, 3-4. And then a Treant Razor safe lane, and an Invoker mid, versus a Clinks. I believe it will be a CM or actually Winter Wyvern, both of those guys. Let's actually see how the lane's going to be before. Spoiler alert. And it's going to be AM and CM, and then a Winter Wyvern and Abaddon versus the Clinks mid. Nothing really sticks out too much. Obviously, Razor, I think, is really going to come down to his play. Obviously, he needs to carry and outlast an AM, which is not the easiest of things to do. But, okay, let's go into the player perspective here with the Treant. And obviously, with that right-click 91 damage, you're doing a lot of work on this guy. And so you need to respect Treant's right-click damage. And through that all, they've gotten the first 2 kills. So a good start. Sunstrike is going to be off the mark. And, yeah, I mean, they're going to continue to run after this, but hang on, let me just kind of click on them. Yeah, he's going to get away. So, okay, Razor here with an interesting build. I mean, 2 Fairy Fires, set of Tangos, a Magic Stick. What does he think is going to be spamming? Probably not so much from the Winter Wyvern, because his one spell is the Arctic Burn, which is like, what, 40 seconds on the cooldown? So he's looking to get charges from Abaddon. Now, if we're looking at what Abaddon scaled, he actually went Curse of Avernus, meaning that there's literally no skills that he can kind of be building charges off of. So not ideal. I probably would have gotten maybe more items towards that Wraithband, which are eventually going to need some sort of item to kind of help you early to mid-game. Those items are definitely the most important. And again, we're going to stick to this lane. I understand that we're missing kills in the other lanes, but for now, it's pretty much just looking at the Treant's perspective. Okay? He's the one that requested this, so we're just kind of looking at seeing what he can see. I think he needs to be more aggressive. I mean, yeah, he's doing a good job of zoning, but you definitely want to be focusing on the right one. So deny. Okay, all right. Your teammate's up to it. At this point, the lane is in a bad spot. And that Nature's Growth is actually going to push the lane. So what you want to be doing is actually, I mean, yeah, you got the deny there, but you probably want to be pulling or stacking at this point. This is a really bad spot for the lane to be in, especially starting out. Because this is actually really close to the Radiant Tower. So, hang on, let me just see, get some right-click damage. And man, that does a lot of work. But the lane is going to push, and all of these guys are going to get free XP, right? So this is the perfect time. I mean, you missed this wave, but that would have been ideal. Because what happens is that if you pull this wave into here, some of them die, and then you can do the pull through, hopefully killing the entire pull. And then basically all of that, and that entire wave is going to be, you know, you're basically denying them XP. And so they're actually going to be further behind. Whereas your Razor probably would have been higher, and obviously getting him levels is probably the most important thing you can do at this point. But you're doing a pull now. I'm hoping you get the pull through. Nice last hit there. Very easy to do with 94 base damage. You hit like a truck. Okay, but you're not actually going to pull through. All right. Razor will tank this one. He's going to take a little bit of damage here. But mind you, with this lane here, or the creeps coming, and the one behind it, that will push the wave. So you do need to be a little bit careful. Razor needs to kind of, you know, the lane is going to fluctuate, as opposed to kind of staying in one spot and Razor being able to perfectly do it. So his life is a little bit harder. And he does have a stick, but oh gosh. Is he going for this? Razor very, very low. Yeah, completely caught out with the Splinter Blast and everything, and that will secure that kill. But can you get at least the Abaddon? You do. I would have actually just fought. I mean, you're going to die. Yeah, there's no way you get away from this guy. I mean, if anything, you get him lower. I don't think that, like, you were going to get away. So in terms of speed-wise, I know it's like a panicky mode. It's like, do I fight or not? But in this case, I think fighting actually would have been better for you. So you got 6 seconds. You do get your brown boots. So not, all in all, not the worst thing. To be honest, I don't know if you bought out before you were going to die. I mean, if you were able to quick buy that, I mean, you have everything shift clicked already. So I would think that you have it ready. We have a lot of games to go, so I'm not going to be doing too much rewinding and whatnot. And we're just going to kind of play things out. Hopefully this isn't like a 3-hour game. That's my only request. Okay, so again, you're full, right? And I think that you need to be more aggressive. I don't think you know how strong this guy is at this level, right? He's level 3 at this point. Look at the base damage. 72, right? 51. You're doing 97, and that's without any of your spells. So you can be super aggressive. You could trade a little bit, right? And plus you have the heal. Like, you're maxed out. You want to be using your spells so that your mana is always regenerating as well as your health, right? Because think of this as like, you're not getting any interest because obviously you can't, overheal or you can't get more mana. So these are the kinds of things that you definitely need to kind of just play around with, right? Bait things out. Make him use his shield whenever possible. Plus, it builds up charges for Razor, who, in my opinion, needs to swap out the Blaze of Attack for one of these items so that he does more damage. But he's going to go for the Static Link here, and he's going to go into this. Yeah. I like it how Invoker is named. He's named Invoker, but he's the Razor. Oh, no, he's in a bad spot. You're in a bad spot. You need to heal him, sir. You need to heal him. You need to do something. Use your spells. Use your spells. Okay. Okay, it's a little off the mark. 5 minutes and through that all. You lucked into that rune right there. Oh my gosh. He's got a stick. You need to back up. You need to run. And you got to salve up right now. This is the time you salve. This is the time you salve. No, you don't fight him. No. No, sir. The Curse of Avernus will slow you down, but the heal is kind of keeping you up. Running for your life. Run, tree. Alright, and you actually might get your chick. Oh, no, he won't. Alright. Razor does end up securing the Winter Wyvern. So this is kind of a very scrappy lane. A lot going on. Clinks died actually mid. And through that all, you're somehow alive. I would have salved up a long time ago. Alright, now you decide to do it. Okay, so a little bit slow on that. I mean, obviously you could have been super aggressive. You would have secured this kill. Yeah, now here. Wait. Oh, wait. Hey, wait. Alright, hang on. So he stole some damage. Really? Okay. Okay. So end result was that you ended up getting the kill, which is very nice. But it seemed like it took a lot more. That Splinter Blast. Look at that 360 no scope, and he walks away with like the explosions in the background. That's how I just envisioned that Winter Wyvern right there. Yeah, so your Razor definitely needs to be a little bit more careful with that, right? Being near the creep wave, obviously the Splinter Blast, I just don't think he understood how that spell actually works because he was actually very close to it. Now Abaddon is almost, full life, full health. Yes, you got the kills and whatnot, but he's got the life advantage, so to speak, in mana. So you do need to respect that. More Splinter Blast here. I'm kind of curious as of this build. I don't know if, like, because level 1 Leech Seed and Living Armor are not great. Nature's Grasp, I feel like it can be good, but I haven't seen the best usage of that spell right now, right? Like, I feel like, yeah, you've caught it, but they've just kind of walked out, right? So I feel like the angles that you're putting it at haven't been ideal. Like, right now, you could have just cut it off, right? And completely protected yourself. Oh, now you're going to get gone on. Heal? Okay. Oh, that Razor, very low. And here comes Invoker with his very little mana. It's a little unfortunate. He's got boots, though. Oh, he's going to fight for this. You have no mana, sir? No. Invoker, somehow still alive. He's going to run away. That Mystic Shield is going to pop. Oh, he's going to salve up. I kills the Razor instead. Invoker's still running for his life. Oh, he turns around. He exorts him in the face. The right click. All right, all right. Killer sauce. All right. I'm digging that sauce. That was pretty nice. I didn't expect it, but all right. Another thing, you do have a sentry here, which is very nice. That's actually a very good placement, and that actually saw the Clinks probably secured that kill. One thing to note: you have full mana, mate. Anytime you have full mana, you need to spend it, right? I don't think you need to spam it willy-nilly, and you do need to manage it, but at least one spell. Okay, that's a good Nature's Grasp, and that should get him in. But he's level 6. Oh, and Razor perfectly backing out. The Sunstrike does connect. Wow. and he just like brushes shoulders off from the fountain all the way. That was a really nice sun strike there. Okay, so not all in all, not the worst. We're gonna look in the other lane. Silencer getting a little bit smarter. The +2 intel steal is always nice, but he's kind of a mate. That was interesting. He like ran back and forth. Okay, I feel like he's really bad at tag too, because you know what I mean. Like when you're hiding behind that one piece of wall, it's like, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? It's like, dude, it's obvious. So, all right. Nonetheless, Earn here is gonna get phased on clock. 9 minutes. Nobody kind of really sticks out to me. Nobody's really taking that advantage. Obviously, Invoker's doing quite well. Just being able to stay alive. Level 9, very helpful. Probably should swap the Sage's Mask because it's way more valuable than this Iron Branch. I mean, Iron Branches are good for a Good Luck Charm, but that's pretty much the extent of that. Okay, so Phase Boots only. I think that you really need to focus more on stacking and pulling. Okay? Like, even this, when you have full mana, heal something. Heal something. Heal yourself. Heal, you know, Invoker, who just got gone on. Like, you're not using your mana. Like use your spells. Like, yeah, you have your level 6 or whatever, but, like, you want to be constantly regenning mana. That sentry sees you? Nature's Grasp. Okay, another thing to note. You're going to probably back off on this. Let me just see. Yeah, you're fine. But the Nature's Grasp, what you want to do, instead of placing it right on top of him, cut off the avenue of his retreat. Right? Like, you know he can only go so many places. And so he has to be in a bad spot if you're going to cut it off, right? Because he needs to walk through that. So, you know what I mean? Like, you don't set the bear trap right where the bear is standing. You set it, like, a little bit of ways of where you think he's going to go. You need to anticipate that thing. Oh, God, you're going to walk into this guy. Oh, and the overgrowth is used. Run, my friend. Run to the trees. Zip, zap, zip, zap. Oh my gosh, are you getting away? You gotta heal yourself. I mean, Hanama, you are so fast. All right. I'm sorry for doubting you. That's on me. That's my bad. Oh, as you say, you're bad. As if you can hear me. Nonetheless, again, use your mana. Silence here. CM is gonna get going on. They got 3 in the bottom lane. Alright, what this means is that if there's a lot of action like this, you know, in the bottom lane and you're able to push, I don't like how Invoker is running away here. That ice barrier completely off the mark. But, okay, if you've secured the entire lane to yourself, you have the catapult coming, this is a free tower. You need to focus more on the tower here. And I'm talking more for the Invoker here. There was no point in really TPing here. I don't think Razor was really at risk. And the fact that now, look at, you're backing off. Right? When you've gotten that kill, you've killed the CM, you've actually created space for yourself. And that space will provide towers. And pushing these towers in is massive because of the fact that their vision, and then also, they don't have any protection all the way from here. Now I'm going to draw it on the map, so hopefully you can see on the mini-map. Like, this is what they can see. Right? As opposed to this line, which would have protected, like, this is all they can see and everything, and just, this is where they can safely farm, so to speak. That river. Right? It's 50-50. But if they lose this tower in the bottom lane, they lose that chunk. Right? And that's a terrible line right there. But I'm just kind of incorporating the outpost as well. But basically the AM doesn't have much space to farm. So these are things that you kind of need to worry about. Like how do I get better? It's more of like, how do I get my team to coordinate better with me? The Winter's Curse, yeah, he's probably going to get away. Oh, the missed overgrowth. Sorry, mate. Mike, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I caught that, actually. I feel bad now. But sometimes you miss the shots, right? You miss some shots. Oh, Sunstrike! Borrow time is triggered. Nice. Okay. Alright, so this Invoker kind of... Don't get me wrong. Skill-wise, he understands how to play. I think it's more along of space. Now, I don't know if this is a pub. I don't know if you're grouped up with your teammates or whatnot. But... obviously, if they are, you might want to tell your friends to kind of just help them out a little bit. Okay, but this is good. Taking this tower is pretty massive. Forcing the glyph. See, another thing to note is that when you kill this glyph, they can glyph again, right? Okay, so nice. Okay, so you've capitalized on that. Very good. What is the next objective? Like, that's the way you need to be thinking. Another thing that you need to be thinking is, how do I get more mana? Because now you spammed your spells willy-nilly. Generally speaking, I like arcane boots before I go into, you know, the meme hammer or anything of that sort. Oh, that sentry's terrible for the record because this area gives vision. This provides a little bit more vision. So in terms of overall vision provided, not great. Oh, the nice little smash there. Wish you had some mana to do something. Now you're just like this giant melee creep. Oh, gets away? Gets away? Earn? And he ticks away finally. Silencer steals that kill. Silencer getting, wow, 14 intel. That's pretty good. 7 kills. That's a pretty good start to Silencer, actually. I hope to God this isn't an off-lane one, because I played one yesterday, and it was not pleasant. I feel like you really need somebody who's like an actual off-laner. But it's looking to be a Silencer 4, which I'm okay with. Now, one thing is that you pop the Clarity and make sure that your stick is out, so that in case anyone is casting spells, you're gaining charges. Okay, so Orchid on the Invoker. He ends up killing the AM, but you really need to start focusing on this tower. You need to... Okay, one thing as a position 4 or 5, actually, more support, is that you need to kind of play the shepherd. In the sense of, you know, finding the weak spots, right? You need to kind of herd your sheep into the right direction. And I understand it's not easy. Obviously, the higher up you go, the little easier it gets. Because, generally speaking, some of the players will know how to start taking objectives. Oh, that tornado? Kind of a little waste of time. But global silence is used as well. That the Winter Wyvern is actually caught between the creeps. He got stuck. But Silencer dies to his own Invoker with a Winter's Curse there. Okay, nonetheless, it's fine. You've killed 2, right? What do you get out of this? Continue to push. Get the stick out of there. Mate. Right? This is like you put it in your fanny pack, right? Like, first things first, don't have a fanny pack. Second thing is that you also need to make sure that you have everything in your inventory. Also, you don't have any TPs. What are you? And I know you just use your TPs, but you got to go the Costco brand. Oh, that was actually nice, but you have no dust. Okay, look, if there's a Clinks on the map and you're securing the kill, what is 1 out? Right? You have to think of it like this. How do I ensure that I secure this kill? And now you thought of it, and now you're buying the dust, right? To be honest, there's really no point in even going for that kill. Maybe if you had an Overgrowth, you got the Sunstrike off, and the Nature's Grasp on top. Like, that Wombo combo, but you didn't have enough mana for all that, right? But you need to prepare yourself for, how do I secure the kill? And the way you do this is by making sure that you have dust. Somebody has dust. Alright. Alright. So, don't need to see all of that. Alright, great. Okay. So, securing the kill. Invoker's rotating top, meaning that you should probably... I mean, you don't have a TP. So I don't know what you're trying to do, right? This is as a support, you must have, I would say, minimum 2 TPs. I usually go 3, just so that I know that I'm safe with it. Now look at this walk of shame that you've done. You've literally walked here, and then he's like, "Oh, guys, is the party going on? Oh, now it's happening. Now I got Overgrowth. Where were you like 10 minutes ago?" Okay, nice Overgrowth though. Okay, all right. So you secured it, but you probably could have saved your Silencer if you were there early, right? Just like something you never want to hear your girlfriend say. You want to say that she's early, not late. Okay, don't clip that. Nonetheless, move on. You've gotten a really nice... You've killed 3. You do want to get a tower out of this, right? You need to ensure that this is the time where you're starting to make use of the space that's provided, right? And so, obviously, with 3 dead, and now with the Winter Wyvern respawning, you kind of need to respect that. The TPs are expected coming on in. Now's the time to run. Oh, the Sunstrike just a little bit off the mark. Mistimed it, that is. But again, you don't have Overgrowth, right? So what is the play here? You have Global Silence. He's not using it for some reason. That was interesting. A Silencer doesn't want to use his spells, but that's fine. But you get the CM as well. So, and Winter Wyvern actually cancels his TP. Okay. So not all in all, not the worst fight. Obviously, it'd be better if you got more out of that. You probably could have saved the Silencer if he global silenced. And just kind of backed away. So, as a support, you need to be in and out, right? And I think that you've done that well as a Treant. You've kind of using the trees to your advantage, and which, by the way, I think is a pretty strong support in 7.27c. Just because this Meteor Hammer and the fact that he can kind of get in and out wherever you want, right? The games have gone longer so that you're almost guaranteed these items. I think in the past it was a lot quicker, so you didn't really see this as much. Now, I'm hoping you get Aghanim's next. You know what I mean? Just kind of the what is it? The Eyes of the Forest. Just more ways to kind of just put tabs on people. I mean, vision will win you games, right? All right. All in all, you're just kind of wandering back and forth. This is something I don't like. I mean, UPS is going to deliver to you. You don't need to go to UPS. Okay. So you need at this point, which you're 3 levels higher than your silencer, you do need to kind of stick with a partner, stick with a core, protect him, and at the same time push a tower, right? Okay, so Invoker's actually making plays. Oh, AM actually blinked into this. He's been silenced up. Tornado, but... Oh, the Winter's Curse. And he's going to look to turn this. Without any help, I think you might be screwed, Invoker. And the Freezing Field will secure that one. Razor running for his life. Razor not very fast when he's getting Arctic burned and slowed by the Curse of Avernus. And he's trying to run it. And Razor will just run on out. Nature's Grasp. Okay, and you'll cover the retreat. Well done. Okay. So good. Okay, you missed. Alright, you'll work. You need to work on the Meteor Hammer. You had a chance. Okay, one thing to note is that when the creeps are about to connect, if you place it on your own creeps, like where you expect the creeps to collide, that will guaranteed hit. So just some things to note, because obviously this Meteor Hammer of what, 2.5 seconds? Yeah, that takes forever to channel. So hitting it on point is not the easiest of things to do. So just kind of keep yourself aware. Oh, Clinks is on ya. He's only got Desolator, and to be honest, one thing that I note is that you're not really casting spells while you're moving. Ooh. Okay, so the hook shot, but I don't know if Abaddon's the one you want to go on, especially since he's got borrowed time. Global Silence as well. Now Killer Sauce is super deep into this. You need to heal him. All right. You're actually not using your heal enough. You need to know as a support, like, okay, for the record, people think you're a support no matter what hero you have when you have a heal. And that's why you need to start learning how to use this. It's level 4. It's 50 mana. The value on this thing is insane, especially if people are going on. You get bonus armor when you're using it as well. Okay, now speaking of which, AM is now here. Blinks, but he's kind of got now. He's got Battle Fury. You don't really have the lockdown. I think Atos is required. Can you? Oh, you're gonna go for the Meteor Hammer? No way. Yeah, you stop that. And now you're just gonna punch face into the silencer. What has he done to you? But you do get the AM. Oh my god, that AM. Alright, for the record, if you're the AM, there's no reason to be fighting the T2. This is super vulnerable. Like, there's other spots that are high ground, so it's even more difficult to hide from. You need to go high ground. You need to blink to the high ground as soon as possible. Your high ground, here. And another Meteor Hammer just kind of on top of that. You're getting gone on by Clinks. You got the dust on up, but hide! Hide, sir! Use the trees! Okay, now you're using Living Armor. Think like your spell usage just seems a little slow. Oh, are you gonna die to this just skeleton? No. All right. Get angry at somebody. Oh, the Clinks is right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no, that was a panic. Oh no. Oh, but you get the Clinks in the end. All right. Okay. Obviously you could have done a lot of work if you're just bashing him. You could have killed the Clinks, probably save your silencer. You probably would have died in the end, but... okay, as a position 5, of course, it's okay to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, right? That said, are you going to get something out of this? And the AM has been happily farming. We don't need to see last hits anymore. Let's see net worth. And you're top 3, right? So you are... Oh, the Deafening Blast just misses. Okay. Alright. No TP on Invoker. What? No TP on Razor? What? Alright, guys. Alright. If there's any lesson that needs to be learned today, Abaddon, come on, what? You need TP. Everybody needs a TP. Okay, nice silence there. But do you have the damage? Oh, why isn't he going in? That hook. like, I was speechless because he just completely missed it. But nonetheless, Invoker had enough damage to kill him. Because actually, Clock could have just walked up and just, you know, vesseled him right off the spot. Damage missed, or kill missed on the top lane. Clinks has kind of fallen off. If you're just like comparing apples and oranges, like the CM, right? Level 13 versus the level 14 of Clinks. Meaning Clinks hasn't really done enough work. And hasn't been farming well, so to speak. Okay, so you're going to go behind, try to get like the little bit of cut the creeps. Get that creep, or that tower, so to speak. Should be easy peasy for that. I don't think they're contesting that. T2s, obviously you don't really need to focus. Oh, with the clock. But is that the one you want? He's got the blade mail, and that blade mail is actually doing work, but he's stuck in his own cogs. Sir, you can hit your own cogs. Okay. Alright. Alright. And he's been frostbitten. He's going to probably die for this. And the freezing field. Wow. It committed everything. Oh, that tornado was terrible. Okay. EMP, Deafening Blast, does connect. He's disarmed. And it does get him in the end. But they're looking to turn. The silencer has now been used. The global silence, that is. And the BKB on the Invoker. And yeah, with the sentry right there, they're going to spot him on out. AM is now in position. Nice curse there. Just locking down people. He's got nowhere to go. That silencer will die. And Invoker, a.k.a. the Razor, will probably fall in the end. Look at him moonwalking back. Hee hee. And he runs on back, and he's fine. The nice heal there. And that will keep him up for now. But again, like, this fight was a rough fight. The clock dying is fine, but then the Invoker and the Silencer should be nowhere to be seen, right? This is where if one person makes a mistake, you can't continue to help that mistake, so to speak, and by, you know, sacrificing yourself, because there's really no way to kind of salvage that. Sometimes you just need to give it up. Sometimes they get the right ganks off, and they pick them off, and there's really no way to deal with that. So you need to give up. Right? Sometimes it's okay for one guy to die as opposed to 3 guys dying. Meteor Hammer again missing. I think you need to go to the golf range type and just kind of practice this in the demo. Understanding how to use this properly, because the 2.5 kind of throws you off, but your timing and your casting of it has not really been on point, especially on creeps that have been static, right? So just something to work on. Again, nobody's perfect here. I'm really bad with Meteor Hammer myself, so I'm just here to judge other people, if you get that. Okay, nonetheless, AM here has Battle Fury Yasha and is going to get... Oh, no, that's not his. Alright, he's a little bit behind. I feel like the AM should be way higher than this. He will start farming faster than everybody else, but again, this kind of comes down to... Woo, that silencer. No cold snap for him? Okay. Clinks is now looking to turn this around. Winter's Curse is by himself, so it's not really much, and he's actually not taking any damage. Clinks does not know that. The Tornado, Sunstrike, does connect, and they get the Overgrowth. That's on that one. They do get the Abaddon, but he's using Borrowed Time. He should be fine, at least for now. Nice hook shot in. Cogs got nowhere to go, and that'll be the death of Abaddon. He died twice. He is a Gemini? We'll find out. Nonetheless, Razors continue to run on through. He's super fast. He does not have BKB yet, whereas you... Like, if this lane is pushing, Meteor Hammer this. Meteor Hammer. Do it. Do it. Let them see you do it. Alright, awesome. You're going Blink. I don't agree with this. I think the initiation on your team... I mean, if your team is lacking one, which you don't, because you have Clock here. Like, Blink Overgrowth sounds amazing. But I think in terms of helping your team, I think Aghanims would be better. Just because... You know what I mean? Like, if you're placing wards, mini wards, all over the map, basically, you make it very difficult for them to get any sort of farm, because you know where they are at all times, right? So you will never be jumped, so to speak, and they need to worry about how to deward this. Do they carry a gem? All of these things, right? And if they have the gem, obviously, if there's a Clinks on that team, they definitely don't want to be doing that, right? Oh, they got him dusted. They got an Orchid, but he's kind of... walking away. The Tornado off the mark. Okay, they got the nice hook shot there. There's the initiation we're talking about. The Ice Barrier is off the mark. Oh, the BKB is wasted. Clinks is actually kind of strong. He's got the shield on up. The Meteor Hammer, that's actually nice. You did catch on the Winter Wyvern. The clock will die in the end, and it's time to run, my friend. Run, you fool. AM. Run into the trees. Run into the trees. Just like, I'm trying to help you out with my movement. Okay, good. Your stealth. Run more. Run, sir. into the trees. You're not dusted. Okay, good. All right. Whoo! My butt cheeks were clenched for that. All for you. All right, so living armor used on the tree here again. Oh, all right, yeah. I was like, why would you reveal yourself just for that hit? And you didn't even get the last hit on that one. All right. Glimmer and force. Is there anyone gonna help? Really? Because Razor seems to be by himself. Guys? Alright, it's all or nothing. I mean, you're down 2 people, right? So I'm like, why are you continuing? Okay. Get your own place to farm. I suggest, if you see Razor going down like that, he's definitely going to go into that area, so to speak. So you're not going to get any farm. You need to figure out another place. I would suggest pushing bottom. Push the lanes. Fix the lanes, right? You're up, but you're, okay. You're 39 to 24, okay? All of the kills that you've gotten, if you look at it in terms of net worth, it's all for naught. I mean, 1K net worth lead, that's like almost nothing at this point, right? And the reason for that is that when you got the kills, you took advantage, or you did not take advantage of it, right? In the sense that you didn't actually start taking those towers, you taken on the objectives, right? You need to kind of completely choke this guy out, right? Don't let this guy breathe at all. Don't give him any space. Now this AM has all this time, you know what I mean? Like, look at him. He's starting to get fat and he's starting to get scary, right? He's got Manta now. He's got 2.5K. Probably, you know, he's going to go into his retirement fund or something. But he's ready. He's good to fight, right? I mean, he needs a TP. Oh, you're going to get caught out here. Lotus Orb is used on you for now. Silence, but clinks. Okay, you don't have buyback. All right, after 25 minutes, this is the time where you need to start saving for buyback. Because what you could... Oh, that silencer is going for the wrong one that's being healed. Oh, this is bad. And a buyback now from Invoker, and you really can't outfight this. Okay, so this is a fight where you needed to have saved for buyback, right? Because what happens is that, yeah, you got killed or whatever, but the thing is that if you had buyback, and again, there's no reason to be buying... You need to save for buyback first, and then get the big item when you have the surplus. There's no reason to get these items as fast. Buyback is more important than anything else in this game. And I think that, especially at... I hate to say your tier and sound like a dick, but generally speaking, I think this is played at almost all plays, except for like the pros, right? They're always prepared with buyback because they realize just the importance of that. The fact that you got caught out here was massive, but the thing is that if you bought back and then you TP'd onto your outpost, you could have gotten right back in it and then just overgrowth. You could have completely turned that fight, right? And your overgrowth right now is the only control that will let your damage dealers, Invoker, Silencer, and Razor, do the appropriate damage. Actually, if you... Yeah, okay, you don't need to do anything. I was going to... Tornado does connect. And, oh, into the Meteor Hammer? No. 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 You tried. Oh. Nobody? Oh, okay, now you use the overgrowth. Okay, that was worth it. You're definitely going to secure this one. And to be honest, Razor loves it when you use borrowed time, because that's just more damage you can steal. 214? That's delicious. And what does Razor do with that damage? It goes right back in the jungle. Starts farming it up again. So, alright, nonetheless, your lane is being pushed bottom. Deny range. It's funny. This living armor is actually affecting it. Are you going to kill it or are you not? What are you going to do? I'm not a huge fan of T2 towers. I think they're the worst towers in the game, so I'm okay with denying it. But the fact that you are, you know, a Treant and you can heal those things up, I can see it for both ways, right? Like, I'm not so pressed on... Like, you're either healing it all the way and you're committing on it. Okay, you are. Or you're just going to let it go and let it die. But, okay. Looks like the decision is to keep healing it. And one thing to note is that you're looking to... I see you moving from camp to camp, and it looks like you're trying to farm up a bit. And I'm okay with you being greedy, but you need to make sure that you're not stealing farm from your cores. So be careful in that sense. I really wish you had Ags at this point. Nice hook shot on in. Catches out the CM, who's got BKB. Is going to use Freezing Field. No, the Lotus Orb. But it just bounces off, but a BKB obviously does nothing to that. CM through it all. Wow. All right. What are you going to do? Interesting that she has Dragon Scale. That 5 armor and, I mean, plus the Freezing Field 20. So the Freezing Field is when she's super scary, but aside from that, she's just like a range creep at this point. Like, she looks like Naga in this bit with the skin, but she should be dead. Abaddon and AM are making their way here. Where's the rest of this? Oh, you have a Million Man March. And Invoker dies on the back end, and this Clinks is becoming a problem, right? The fact that he's got BKB, now your Invoker really can't fight him. And yeah, this is looking bad, and it looks like it's getting worse, right? So, oh, Spider Legs, an Ultra Kill, right? And this is where Clinks is kind of just taken off, right? So when you had that lead and Clinks was having a bad game, what were your heroes doing? What were your teammates doing? Who was preparing for the Clinks, right? Who's getting the Halberds? Who's getting the Atoses, the Dusts? Like, there were many times where this guy got away, and there were missed opportunities, right? So I'm thinking that you lost this game, judging by how the momentum is completely shifted. Obviously, the net worth is completely changed as well. But these are the types of games are when you have an advantage, you need to take advantage of it, right? And I know that sounds very repetitive, but taking objectives, making sure that you're completely choking out the opponent, right? And the fact that, like, if you're pushing him away, you own all of this area, right? If you did it properly, right? And so these are the farms that AM could not have farmed, right? Clinks couldn't have gotten to. And now look at how fat he is. He's the fattest one, right? And I'm not talking big boned. I'm talking like legit, like net worth wise. Like, this guy is pretty fat. And it looks like they're going for the ultimate disrespect and just going straight T4. I think that's a little early for that. I don't think they're that strong. One thing to note is that Clock does have buyback, but he's not really saving that, or not using it, which is fine. But okay. Another thing to note is that how do you foresee the fights happening? Okay, Abaddon and Wyvern, both of these guys have an insane amount of saves, right? Winter's Curse, Cold Embrace, the Mystic, the Shield. What is that thing called? The Aphotic Shield. I was going to call it Mystic Shield. Aphotic Shield is like super good at saving. And plus the fact that he's got Pipe. I mean, this guy is going to keep things alive, right? So how do you deal with that, right? What do you do? So you need to ensure that your initiation, when you go on any sort of fight, if Invoker's going to go, Clock's going to go, Wyvern needs to die number 1. Okay, he's the first guy that needs to go. Abaddon needs to be controlled in some manner, right? He has so many different outs, and the fact that he has borrowed time, he's just super annoying to deal with, right? So you can either burst him down, make him do the borrowed time, and just kind of using the shield to save himself. But while you're doing all this, like the damage dealers from Clinks, you need Atos, Halberd, that type to just kind of lock him into place and just kind of crowd control him. The CM, on the other hand, does have freezing fields, so you need to respect that. So she's very squishy, but anytime she's freezing fields, you need to just kind of back the hell up. Okay, you can't really fight into that, especially since she's got BKB. Are you going to overcommit on this? Yeah, you are. Oh, look at this CM. Oh, you got okey doked. And he's got BKB as well, and is like tried to outsmart you. Use the illusion, the 200 IQ, and through that all, you've been turned into a giant piggy, and you're going to die on this one. An Invoker here. You bought back, but I don't think you can buy back into fight. This is not good. Okay. And another thing is that I think when we're talking the 6K per piece, you really can't fight low ground. You can't be taking any sort of ganks like that. You thought you caught out the CM, but now, yeah, it just went from bad to worse, right? And I think that this is pretty much the end of it, right? Like, Clinks is just the damage dealing he does, just insane amounts, right? And you just kind of get melted. I think that's going to be all she wrote. But yeah, it's kind of like the whole decision-making process. Right, coordination, understanding exactly how you need to move as a team, taking the objectives, and making sure that AM and Clinks don't get fat. And and another thing is that, again, it comes back to the small opportunities where Clinks got to to just invis away. Right, you missed so many opportunities because you just didn't carry dust, and that's kind of on you guys, all the supports and everybody. Right, as supports and the cores, everybody need dust. Okay. So I hope you learned something, Mikey. Thank you so much for that user submission. Please give a like and subscribe if you liked what I'm doing. Feel free to reach out to me, DM me, let me know the game ID, and I'll get to your game. But again, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys next time.